Well, hello, fellow diamond painters. It's DP Crazy Lady. It's 11:44 p.m. or a.m. Excuse me. 11:44 a.m. Friday the 13th, October 2023. Friday 13th, I'm going nowhere. I'm staying home, which I rarely go anywhere anyway. Since it's a pain to do whipping chats with this stupid camera, I thought I'd show you where I've ended right now. The chair on the left side is finished. You saw most of everything to the other side. I worked on this. I've been up since about 5:30 a.m. And as soon as I get off here, I'll be moving up to there. I've got to start on that top part of the tree. And then I'll come across and do that painting. The rest of that painting and the top of the chair and so on. Which is going to take quite a while. I love the little button type looks in that chair. I think that really set it off. I know it's something simple, but I did like it. Like I said, since I'm not doing a whip and chat, I will ask a question and I'll tag Lazy Retired Granny, Becky Sloan, and Crafting with V. It may be a 2 or 3 parter, but here's one question that I had been thinking about the last couple days. Excuse me. Okay, what, not necessarily just one thing, but what things could you possibly do without if they had not been invented? Okay, number 1 on my list is I could do without a microwave. Don't need it. I mean, yes, it's convenient. You zap your food, you heat it up, blah, blah, blah. But I could do without the microwave. There are numerous other things I could do without. I could do without an electric can opener. I can do without, an electric coffee pot. I suppose if push came to shove and had to, I could do without the internet. Because that is the one thing that has driven people further apart. We're no longer sending letters, visiting, calling. Could do without a cell phone. Because this texting has gotten out of control. So, there are so many things that we all could do without if they weren't invented. So I know that's probably a dumb question. How about, let's see. That was just something I thought about. You think about all the inventions, that all the different things that have been created since I was a kid. I'll be 72 in December. So my stepfather has seen 101 years worth of technology, just going. I've seen 72 years worth. And some of them I, just didn't care about. It was nice to have remote control, though, on the TV, because I got tired of being my mother and father's remote control. So that was nice. But there are so many things that were simpler in the 50s and 60s. And like I said, everybody thinks that their era or their time was, the best. But I really liked the years that I grew up in. I see where my daughter's grown up in the 80s, and it's harder. Then you see kids growing up in the 90s and the 2000s, and look at all the changes. For them, it's not a change because it's not something that they lived with. They didn't live with or live without what they have now. I don't think any of them could or would. They've grown up on it. They've grown up with cell phones and computers. They've grown up with, all these electronics. And it has made us more distant. I remember Sunday dinners at my family, growing up in an Italian family, and having a big table with many generations sitting at the table, 4 and 5 generations. And yes, all of them talking at once, but hearing every conversation, something you got used to. But you talked, you hugged, you sat next to each other. You didn't have a phone, in your face. You didn't have, earbuds and not listening to what was going on. It's less personal. And I guess when you get older, you start thinking about that how much has passed, how much time, So, y'all can tell me your memories of, I think Becky mentioned something about traditions or holidays. And, my Christmas is totally different now than from when I was a child. With my father gone and gotten older, and, you don't need as much or want as much. Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanksgiving is food. That's what it's come down to, is food. The turkey, the stuffing, the cranberry sauce, everything. But I don't decorate anymore. It's a pain putting it up and then taking it down. Excuse me, my coffee. It's just, traditions are not traditions anymore. Because everybody, text on the phone and say, well, are you coming this year? They don't call you. They don't talk to you. They don't send you a Christmas card anymore, physical Christmas cards. It's, either gotten too expensive or the younger generation just doesn't think of it. So, those changes. I try to keep my tradition at Christmas, even if it's just here with my daughter and I, and my Thanksgiving. We have the same things. I always want to have the chestnuts at Christmas. I want to have the squid if I can get it. And I won't be able to fry any up this year. I don't know what I'll do different. I loved making the pizzelles, which I probably will still make some, give them to my mother and my stepfather, and keep maybe 2 or 3 pieces here, and eat them, because I'm trying to stay away from, that type of food. But I miss it. I don't miss the Christmas trees, except when my grandmother had the Christmas trees with the bubble lights. Those were nice to watch those nighttime when the lights were out. You turned the tree on and you had your bubble lights. It's, it all gets kind of muddled now with, you go into the store and it isn't even Halloween yet and they've got Christmas decorations up. Buy your Christmas stuff, buy your Christmas. Too commercial. It's not family oriented anymore. So I've been modeling. Bleh. I don't want to do that. But I guess this kind of makes me think of the holidays. I probably will have this done probably before the end of this month, if it's possible. And then I'm going to just I'm either not going to diamond paint for a while, or just do some little tiny things. I just hope everybody, I don't know. That's the other question. Are any of you superstitious? It's Friday the 13th. In some countries, 13 is a lucky number. A lot of our buildings don't have the number 13 on the elevator. They don't have a 13th floor. It's like over here, a black cat is bad luck, and over in England, a black cat is lucky and a white cat is unlucky. So, everybody's, they all have different superstitions. So, are any of y'all superstitious? That's another tag question, I guess. Your traditions, your superstitions, and what items in your life right now can you do without if they weren't invented? So, well, short video, hands getting tired, arms getting tired holding this, and it's hard to switch over because when I do, I hit a button and we're gone. Crafting with V, I watched your video, and Lazy Retired Granny. I do like that Chuck Pinson. Our Hobby Lobby here has none, or I would have bought it. Wished I would have got it. It's really a pretty one. I like it. I'm not, into landscapes, but to me, see, that's not a landscape. Like Becky, you said, you were surprised that I bought the Chuck Pinson I did buy. It's not really a landscape to me. If there's a huge building in it and that's prominent in the picture, that's not a landscape. When you have like that, hope runs deep, that to me is not a landscape. I guess you could call it that. I call landscape like the one, like Golden Valley, or those type of ones, like the one you just got from Craftably. That to me is a landscape because the house is so far off in the distance, and there's all this land and everything you have to diamond paint before you get to the house, type thing with mountains and everything. Me, that's landscape. And I'm not that fond of landscapes. The Hope Runs Deep is not, to me, a landscape because there's so many buildings. There goes the puppy. So to me, you know, that's why I like that Hope Runs Deep. That is beautiful. I really like it. I wish ours would have had it. I would have bought it. But nope, they don't have it online nor in store. So I'm SOL. I lost out. Oh well. And I'm not going to go in. Diamond Art doesn't have it anyway. It's gone. It's out of stock, discontinued, whatever. And I'm not going to go on the D-Stash. I'm just not going to hassle with them. Being that it's either discontinued or out of stock, it'll sell for a lot more in D-Stash. And it was selling for $50. So D-Stash will up the price because they can. So, all right, I'm going to get off here. Thought I would at least come on and let y'all see what I've accomplished so far. I love the chair. I love the coverlet. And nice rug too, by the way. Like a Persian rug. So, alright, y'all have a good day. Enjoy your upcoming weekend. Be safe. Diamond Paint. Hugs to you all. DP Crazy Lady. Bye-bye.